Look over here.
Purr. We love a delayed reveal. I love it. Ever so slight, but it works. Ever so slight, but it works. Oh, the drama is here. And all three of us are the drama of this podcast now, so I'm very excited. Am I the drama? We don't have that as a soundbite. I just realized.
Mm-hmm. We need it.
David, when you're listening to this audio podcast at 2.8 speed, can you pull that? Thank you. Love you, David. I love
David. Just make sure he hears that.
David. Thank you. That probably sounds horrible at 2.6 speed. Regardless, kia ora, queens, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. And welcome to...
Look over here.
Our exclusive companion series, where today we are diving into the looks from episode 4 of season 4 of Drag Race Down Under. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay, and I just now am just drinking water because hydration is important, and I've had
gallon of it, apparently.
Well, yes, I've had too much caffeine today, and you'll be able to tell throughout this podcast that I've had too much caffeine. But also, I have a cup mug. Ooh. And you can get yours and all of our other merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description below. And we do ship domestically within the United States and internationally, so there are no excuses. Unless there are some excuses, then there are some excuses because there are some excuses.
Hi, I'm River, your Brazilian correspondent here on The Cup. And today I'm just drinking some water out of my lovely Tweety mug.
And who the hell are you?
Who, me? Hi, what's up? Hi, my name is Sugar Free. I am a drag queen based in Los Angeles. I am the diabetic fairy of LA. That's right, I came from the fairy world. I ate too many sugar plums. Fairies don't make insulin, so I came to the human realm and I'm chilling over here now. That's the story.
I love it. Sugar, we're so happy to have you on the pod.
Thank you so much. If you want to check me out on TV, I have not been on anything. No drag reality competition shows. I'm literally just a local girl. Support us. We need stuff. I was
and your local queens.
I was on an episode of $100,000 Pyramid. That's the one credit I have. Okay, so check that out if you want. I am drinking Gatorade Zero today, like the diabetic slut that I am.
Relatability, I understand. Yeah, we're so happy to have you on for your first episode with us. Hopefully, and probably definitely not the last one, because we're so excited to bring you.
What if I said it was? What if I said? No, we're good.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Anyway, I love this 2-person podcast we're doing today.
Trapdoor.
You know, I like 4 minutes into a pod, I trapdoor her. But yes.
Hi.
But yes, we're going to dive into the looks from this episode and probably a couple little anecdotes about the episode itself, since River and Sugar were not on the recap. But you should go check out the recap because we were joined by a literal legend. The reigning queen of Drag Race Down Under, I have to say this, Loren, was with us. We had a beautiful 2-hour conversation, and it was amazing. So make sure to go check out the recap if you've not already. And we're going to dive into the looks. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. And currently, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
End of sentence. And make sure to check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, including early access to most of the Look Over Here episodes for the franchises that we are currently covering. So without further ado, I'm going to slide us over here to the side, pop this on. Category is Fierce Fabulous Fashion, made by them in 7 hours, plus the amount of time that they sacrificed of sleep to make these garments. So... First up on the runway, Lazy Susan. Sugar, what'd you think?
Okay, so going into the episode, this was like the one final box for Lazy Susan to like truly have to tackle. Like, what can she do with construction. She's clearly performance oriented. And she clearly knows stuff about construction. Overall, I do not have many like real negative things to say about anybody here today, because I feel like everything was well constructed, whether or not that was because of Mandy being in the room or just, you know, they killed it all. But I really was happy with everything. Lazy Susan looks good. I like the concept. She really knows how to push that very specific line of like, what is the concept of executive versus what is the concept of devil? I feel like the silhouette meets executive with the lapel, but then having the bustier horns and the texture gives it the devil. I did not need the pig nose belt snout. I thought that when she turned especially, it just did not necessarily do much for me. And I loved the tail and the way that the wire stood in the back. Didn't necessarily need the sign. To me, the presentation almost read like, everyone looks so strong in the room right now. I could possibly be in the bottom of they don't love this enough, so I'm going to throw a bunch of things onto it. And I don't know. I don't think she needed all those things. Love the ombre from the bottom of the skirt to the top. I'm chilling with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the sign was necessary. When she turned around, I was like, why? Literally, why? The dress was fine. The presentation was good. It was funny when she took off the wig and it had like the bald with the everything was pretty good. And I just noticed that it was a pig nose in the belt, because I just thought it was a regular belt, but that I kind of like that idea. Maybe not the execution 100%, but
maybe if it was flat against like the silhouette of the nose, but flat, because I just don't love it's a weird protrusion happening. It's almost like an Audi belly button.
3D. Very much that. Like it's a 3D element where there's already too many 3D elements.
Too much, yeah, exactly. Like this was enough, and then the tail and the thing in that, like that was enough. I feel like it was just a case of maybe not knowing where to stop necessarily, because I feel like it could have been better if there were a little bit less elements to it. I do really like the little tag here. I wish it was bigger, but you probably only had this one. But that was a really nice touch, and this is not an easy fabric to work with. So being able to construct all of this in the amount of time that they had, good job.
Yeah, it's definitely wildly impressive what she was able to pull off in the amount of time they had. And I agree with you, Sugar. I don't have anything inherently negative to say about anyone, because I think, as I said in the recap, this is one of the strongest overall design challenge performance I've ever seen on Drag Race.
Legit.
Everyone, like Lucina went home in a garment that on other seasons would have maybe given her a win. Like that's the caliber we're working with on Down Under, and I'm obsessed with it.
I didn't see any single like hot glued column dress or prolapse Miss Fierce Delicious crap. Like no, like this was all like well constructed gowns and a well made pant. It was crazy.
Exactly.
Was all like good or better?
It's like it's an A+ season, and the girls that were in the bottom were A-. Like that's the level we're working with. But yeah, I think I agree with a lot of what both of you are saying. I wish, and I love the wig reveal. I think that element of it is really nice. Because I kind of hated the pre-reveal wig. I was like, I'm glad that that's no longer part of it. I do think this might be a Coco Chanel case of maybe take one thing off, and I think it would have been the belt. I would have liked the belt. David actually said something in the recap that I really liked. I wish this was a romper instead of a skirt. Like I think that maybe that would have given it a bit of a fashion edge that maybe we haven't gotten a whole lot of that fashion edge from Susan so far this season. But for what she constructed in this amount of time, I am wildly impressed with what she was able to do. So scores.
I gave this 79 out of 100.
I gave it an 81.
I gave her an 82.
Oh my god, I scored near you guys. I was just like, okay, time to score these things. That is this isn't just like a comedy challenge. This is subjective.
Wait until you podcast with David, and your scores will be great. You will feel fine. All of that, because he is the harsh judge of the panel. But next up on the runway, Lucina Innocence.
Okay, let's get into it because what happened? What did the judges see that I didn't? Because this is fine. It's better than fine. It's really good. Working with
Yeah.
late is not easy, and apparently, like she placed all of the pink roses individually. Like that is so much work.
Which
I don't
were cut
understand.
out of an existing fabric.
Yes.
That was the pink rose fabric. Like that
Yeah,
also
and the
takes work.
design is good as well. Like could it have been more? Yes. But the bell sleeves, the pink on the rim of the sleeve is great. Like the placement of the flowers is beautiful. The flower earring, it's so good. I really enjoyed this. I feel like maybe they were looking for a reason to send her home. I don't know, allegedly. But her being in the bottom felt very wrong to me personally. Uh, I didn't like the way that she walked it down the runway though. I didn't like her presentation of the look, but the look itself is great.
Yeah, the garment she constructed was a very well constructed garment. I love the bell sleeve. That is my favorite part of this. Is just it's this beautiful, regal, elegant kind of thing. I do love the pink flower placement on the neck and on the bell sleeve and at the base of the dress. I do agree though with the judges that I would have liked a bit more of an intentional placement of the rest of the roses. And I talked about it, but I would have loved if she had used them more intentionally to highlight maybe the bosom, maybe highlight her shape, bring them down the sides to highlight her shape as well. I think something like that, it would have felt more intentional from her. And I really don't love the hair with this because it's a gorgeous hair. And I know she probably made it herself. And it's a gorgeous hair, but I wanted something with a bit more lift and I wanted something off the face and off the dress so the highlight could be the dress. But otherwise, Lucina looks incredible. And the mug is always perfection.
So yeah, no, we're all on the same page here with Lucina.
Yeah.
This is very much a robbed situation because this silhouette, especially the just the bell sleeve, the construction of it is perfect. There's nothing wrong. I literally only wore this top today because I just love me a black lace bell sleeve. I mean, who doesn't have a black lace bell sleeve for freak's sake?
I don't know. I need one.
Get to Etsy, girl.
I'm working on it.
But I think the only problem is the placement of the flowers in the middle because it does look a little like unintentional, I guess I would say. Do y'all remember All Stars 3, the flower runway, when Bibi Zahara Benet also wore a black floral dress, but the roses were all at the bottom of the skirt, and then they slowly built up. I think it would have really accentuated Lucina's curves. I will also say, shout out to like actually matching your undergarments to the dress because it just makes her body look even better. And I just wish those flowers were placed anywhere else than where they are because if they were literally just placed differently, they would have angry fans that they still put her in the bottom. We are more like resigned fans more than anything right now. But this could turn to fury real fast if she had just placed them better.
Scores. River.
Oh, sorry. 84. It's based off Roden.
I gave her an 80.
I also gave her an 80.
Fabulous. Next up, Nikita Iman in denim. And baby, this woman just... her too, the amount of construction she was able to do in such a short period of time just baffles me. When she brought out the wire in the episode, and I think it was Mandy talked about it in confessional, I was like, oh, we're gonna get some drama from Nikita on this, and that is exactly what we got. This neck piece just is so good. The garment, I love that it doesn't look like it's denim. And I kind of live for that. The way she spray painted this, and we got the full view in the episode, and I lived for it. Just so good. The little bit of denim ruffle on the hip just accentuates, words are hard, accentuates her shape in this gorge. And it would not have upsetted me in the slightest if Nikita won this challenge. I think she looks incredible.
I fully agree. I would not have minded a Nikita win and a Mandy Moobs Fury going into episode next. That would have been also very fun. But like, let's talk about this right now. The color story is fabulous. The color block of this like lighter blue with this almost coral orange with all of the graffiti. I'm a color block girly. I just thrive in a little bit of opposites attract, and yeah, I'm getting all of that from this. I love the black doodles that you get at the bottom of the skirt. Again, like what I said with Lucina, sometimes just adding something like a detail in the skirt helps it naturally give a shape to the top part of your dress. And the hair is literally like, I couldn't imagine this with any other hair, and that's how you know you look good. Like, that's how you know the wig is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree fully. I mean, besides the amazing garment that she made, she styled this perfectly. Perfectly. Like the taste level, the eye that she has for the fact that she spray painted all of that and made the garment and like the whole the amount of work that went into this is impressive, and the result is beautiful. This is I was not expecting this from Nikita. And doesn't it kind of remind you a little bit of like Raja and Shea Coulee's like rainbow garment for season 9? But like with a Raja twist with like the thing around the head.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Now that you're saying it, yeah, no. Shay also had like a coral graffiti like silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! But honestly, maybe I'm just because I can't look at Shay's right now. I like this better than what I'm thinking of for Shay's.
I loved Shay's as a base garment, but I remember wanting more, just like a little bit more, and I think Nikita did give that. And I do love this Lisa Rinna wig that she's got on. Because that's all I can think about is Lisa Rinna in this.
I didn't.
The placement of the ruching on the hip is so perfect.
And it like helps balance the top part of it, because if it was just one or the other, it would look weird. But it's both, so it just I didn't think much
balances
of
it out perfectly, because otherwise it would have been very top heavy. Yeah. So good.
Oh my! I've been trying to say the shady comment for a second. I haven't thought much of Nikita this season until this episode. I always thought she was gorgeous, but like after this one, I'm like, oh, there's the star. There's the star. So I hope that the confidence from this like takes her to the end, because I'd love for Nikita to get to the finals now.
I gave Nikita a 93.
I also gave Nikita a 93.
Well, I gave Nikita a 96.
Okay. That's acceptable. We'll take that. It would have been really cute if we had all matched, but it's fine.
No, I like it more.
Anyway, next up, we have Brenda Bressed in tie-dye featuring Failed Reveal.
Okay. Like, I don't know how y'all felt about this. I really didn't like it. This was definitely like my bottom look of the week, and I'm very annoyed that she was saved because she won Snatch Game. Like, let's just call it like it is. Like, that's just why. I think I liked outfit 1 better. Except, okay, I don't know if y'all have ever seen like bolts of fabric, but if you get like a custom print of something, it usually comes with like a white border, and the bottom hem of her skirt just read as the white border of the fabric, and she didn't bother to cut it off.
I was wondering whether that was the case. And
I
don't
was
think it
too.
is, and I was
Me
I
like,
don't think it is. I think she added a white trim.
But why though?
Cause
Oh my god.
60s.
finishing element?
I mean, I don't mind that it matches the boots and the Peter Pan collar, but also like you could have gone so many other directions. Like this Miss Frizzle, superhero librarian,
Lady Bunny.
Alexis P. Bevels.
It's so
like-
Alexis Bevels meets Lady Bunny meets Miss Frizzle.
It's so lovely for a comedy challenge, like a roast challenge, stand-up challenge,
Yes.
the design challenge. No, I honestly, like, I wish she had just like cut the white hem off the bottom of the first skirt, and then instead of making a whole other underdress, like do like a great like pleating detail on the sleeves if you can know how to pleat, like something else that's gonna get interest. Yeah, I hated this. It's still a well-made thing.
Yes.
I'm just saying words, but yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it fits her correctly. It is made well, constructed well. I do wish that instead of, I understand the idea of the white like trim in the bottom, but it would have looked, if she wanted to do that, it would have looked better in the shorter dress than like the longer skirt if she was going to do that.
Agreed.
It's unfortunate that she chose this fabric. Like, I like tie-dye, but this is not, no.
And she chose tie-dye too.
When I think
exactly.
of tie-dye, I genuinely think of elementary school most of the time. Like, I think of children wear. I don't think of sophistication. Unless it's like, I mean,
Unless it's Sasha Colby.
unless Sasha Colby or like on Project Runway, they had to do a tie-dye challenge a few seasons ago, and it was amazing. But like that box was clearly only Roy G. Biv tie-dye. It was just rainbow, 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 and that's never gonna win a fashion challenge. Sorry about it.
Yeah, I feel like maybe she was counting a little bit on like the presentation and humor-ish of this to kind of get her safe. Honestly, I wish she would have just came out in like the second outfit and that's it, and not have
Or
the
the
reveal
first,
and all of that.
either.
And yeah,
Why I
don't
wouldn't say the
hate this,
second
but I also
outfit?
don't like this.
Yeah.
Why I wouldn't say the second outfit is it is so sheer that you can see her undergarments peeking through, and it's just yeah,
And
especially
in
when
this
she
look-
turns around.
And in this look, I don't want that, but in something like Lucina's, I do. That's the other thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the reveal didn't pay off for her, because I think if the reveal had paid off, then I would have been less upset about her being low safe as opposed to in the bottom two. This was also my least favorite look of the week, unfortunately. I just think it was ever so slightly over accessorized. I love the concept though. I like this idea of like Miss Frizzle goes and like Miss Frizzle on mushrooms at a rave. Like that's what it gave me, and I'm not mad at that as a concept, but in execution, like it is a well-made garment. I will say though, this is the first time this season that I've remembered that Brenda's 24 and that she's got less drag experience than I think she does. This is the first time a bit of inexperience has shown with her. But this is the only time so far that I've seen it. So, you know, it's a well-made garment. It just didn't meet the mark that was such a high mark for everybody else. So scores.
I gave her a 63.
I gave her a 69.
Nice. I gave her a 73.
You're both wrong.
Valid.
I'm okay with
probably
that.
are.
Kidding.
Next up in sequins, Vybe.
I was worried for her when she got the fabric, and because I'm a beginner sewer, and if I had to work with sequins, I would cry, probably have a meltdown. So I was really impressed with what she was able to do, because this is really good and impressive to be able to make this in that amount of time with the experience that she has. This is really good. And the design is great too. I like the choice of showing the little bit of skin here on the shoulder that really works for me. And the slit is a good height, is the correct placement. I enjoy this overall. I wouldn't maybe have added the bow in the hair, but I'm not mad at it either.
Oh, see, I love the bow. I love the bow. I love that the accessorization that she added really went with the design and with the fabric that she has, where we have this like circle belt kind of moment in the front, and then that's reflected in the keyhole in the back, and you have like all of it really made sense to me, and it's a very cohesive look, and I love taking the same fabric and making an accessory out of it. That's what I love the most about this. This is a clean, concise, well-constructed, very impressive garment for 7 hours and change. Like, I think Vybe did a really, really great job here. It fits her like a glove. I know sequin to not be a great fabric to work with either, and I think she absolutely demolished this. And this hair with this garment, everything to me. This is a kind of hair that I would have wanted Lucina to wear. Not to keep harping on Lucina, I love her, but I wanted something up and off the face, off the dress, so we can see the dress.
Yeah, no, mimicking what you guys say, it's really, really well done. Love that she recognized that it is still a green and pink under the black sequin. And so she had the eyeshadow matching. It looked so lovely moving down too. Like the movement was really well. I have a little bit of a grief with the challenge with this one, because when you give people just different types of materials like this challenge or different prints, sometimes it can take the concept brain out of some of the things. It's almost restrictive. And I think whoever got sequins, they only had one challenge, which was just to make a dress that wasn't shittily made with sequin. That was basically their only challenge. And so did Vybe meet that challenge? Absolutely. Way more than enough. Is it going to be a dress from a design challenge I think about 5 years from now? Probably not. No. Nikita's and Mandy's, we'll get to it later. Yes, I will absolutely think of those two looks for a while.
Agreed.
Vibes, not so much. I do love that the asymmetric cuts everywhere are all really cleanly done. If they were fitting any looser, they would start to look saggy, and I don't see any sag in those fabric lines. I didn't need the belt, but I don't know how I would feel if it wasn't there either. So I'm indifferent to the belt. Yeah.
Absolutely. Scores.
87.
91.
88.
Nice.
Purr. Oh, well, next up we have our darling sweet angel of life, Freya Armani. And construction-wise, this was my least favorite garment of the week. Overall presence, though, it wasn't, by a very, very, very small margin, as my score will indicate. Because I actually think this silhouette and the silhouette of this garment, it looks so good on her. I have to fault, there was the random fringe in the back. Why? I know it's to hide mistakes. I get it. I understand it. But girl, no. For the amount of struggle she had with this, I am thrilled at the result that we got. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But the face and the hair, everything to me.
Yeah, no, silhouette is honestly great. Love that it touches the floor. Mermaid skirts that can't touch the floor, burn in hell. Minnie Wang, burn in hell for your mermaid skirt not touching the floor.
We talked about this earlier. Exactly that.
Because it needs to be talked about. Mermaid skirts have to touch the floor. Yeah. And I didn't love the white tulle that she chose. I would have gone with black tulle instead to match the black and the tiger stripes. You clocked the fringe on the back. Glad you did, because I wanted to say something. Wouldn't it have been cute instead if she had maybe chosen specific lines of the tiger stripes to put little fringe scratches here and there?
It would have been nice. It would have been nice.
Know. So, I mean, this comes down to she just took on way more than she could chew. Thank God Mandy was in the room to help her a little bit more. But Look, if this is your bottom 3 for a design challenge, like literally all of these looks could beat George's winning look from season 14, in my opinion.
I don't want to think about that look any more than I have to, Sugar, and I'm very upset that you brought that up, and now I'm reminded of it.
Triggering.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll spend quiet time in the corner after this, but
Thank you.
yeah, that's all I have to say.
I mean, the silhouette is great. She looks beautiful. I agree with everything that y'all said about the fringe and the tulle. This hair, though, looks so good on her.
Perfect.
Like, oh my god, I'm obsessed. I do like this styling. I just wish this necklace wasn't as low on her neck. I wish it was just like a little bit closer to the neck, because it kind of starts like here, right? So it was a little bit higher, but the styling of this is great. The construction really is the biggest problem, but like she still looks good. So
yeah,
I'm not mad.
I still even with the construction mishaps, I still gave her a sensible 74.
Oh my god.
A sensible 74.
Me
Period.
too. Okay. Finally, we agree on something.
Finally. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to fall out of this damn chair. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do that. But copyright, thank you. Next up on the runway is Max, drag queen.
I really liked Max's look. I honestly thought it was only like a couple different choices away from taking over Vybe's spot. Like, honestly. I think the only thing that is like technically weak about it is the bodice just being the 2 strips, but also it looks really clean and it makes sense with everything else that's being presented. I love that she lined her scarf with that black trim. Love the matching flag and the matching headband. I think a design challenge, like you said, Logan, just make an accessory. Just make an accessory in the same fabric. And the more off kilter it is, probably the more it'll be like recognized as cool. Yeah. In the fit on the crotch is perfect. I always look at a crotch on a pant, especially on a drag queen, and yeah, no.
I wonder why.
'Cause I'm horny. Ding.
I understand.
Not the bird watching.
Not the boar worms.
Not the boar worms.
Not the boar worms.
Yeah, I also feel like this could have. It was really close. Really, really close. The pants are well constructed. It is hard to make pants, and with this fabric as well, like, yeah. Besides the garment actually being really good, I like the way that she styled it. Like this scarf, it looks so chic. She looks rich. The choice of hair and then the little bit, like the fabric here to match the outfit. The sunglasses are perfect with this outfit. Everything about this was styled to perfection. So I feel like if her garment was a little bit more, had a little bit more to it, because it is very well done, but it is a bit simple, but very effective. So I really enjoyed this from Max, and she sold it on the presentation as well.
Yeah, I mentioned this on the recap, but this was one of the first times this season where I can really see Isis's touch as her drag mother in what Max has presented. Like, to what you were saying, River, there's a level of chicness and there's a polish about Max that I really, really appreciate. I really enjoyed this. The finishing on this as well, just making sure everything is finished with that black trim was everything for me. I do wish the top was more than just 2 pieces of fabric, but with that being said, that does still give, like, it gives a little 60s, it gives like a little French fashion model. The hair with this is so perfect, and the headband with it, and the scarf and the flag, like, it was accessorized so perfectly. She could have been in the top and I would have understood it for sure.
Honestly, I'm like racking my brain around it, and I'm like, I don't know how I would change the top because the pants, it covers so much skin, it needs all that skin being shown. I guess just a bit more of an intricate detail. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I just
maybe a pleating detail down the middle of that, just to give a little bit of something.
Or if
Mhm.
instead of it going like straight up, if it kind of went like this and went in at the top, like going like this instead of just
Okay,
straight,
yeah,
maybe a
just
little
more
like half the
interesting
shape,
lines.
more of like a triangle
Yeah.
shape, a long triangle.
interesting angular movements, perhaps. Something
Exactly.
like that.
But
Yeah.
it's the
That was my
attention
first
to
drag
detail
name.
for me.
I love
Interesting
that.
angular movement. Yeah.
That is an OG reference here on the pod, so it will be made ever so frequently, and I love it. But scores for Max.
Oh, I gave her an 87.
I gave her an 86.
And I will complete the trio and give her an 88.
Ow.
Word.
Ow.
Me being the David of the pod today.
Well, Julie,
Giving the
you said it,
lowest
not me.
score.
I feel like only the Brenda one is the only one we haven't been like within all 5 points of each other. So like,
I'm not surprised by that. That does tend to happen here. And it will probably be the same with, last up, Mandy Moobs.
Yeah, because this... How much time do we have? Because I could go on. I know, I won't. I won't.
You
start the
could.
clock.
Boom.
I'm gonna go with this is near perfection, near enough perfection.
Thank you.
The only thing that I don't like about this was not in Mandy's control at all. Actually, I don't remember, because was she given this fabric or chose it?
Yes.
Yeah, she was given
Right.
LeMay by Brenda.
Okay, because the only thing that I don't like about this is the actual fabric, but that
The
is
fact
not
that
her
it's
fault.
LeMay.
It's what she was given. So like, she did the absolute 100% best that she could with this material. And the styling is also great. This hair with like like with the little updo, and then so good. I do disagree with, I think Michelle said that the accessorizing and styling was perfect. I do think it was really good, but because I'm a maximalist, I would have loved to see a necklace. Not a huge one, not like a statement, but like just something on the neck.
To show
But
off
I'm
the
also not
moves.
mad that she doesn't have it. So this was my favorite, for sure.
Yeah, this was my favorite look of the night by far. I agree with you. I think the only real negative I have to say about it is the fact that it's LeMay. But I think this is the best LeMay look we've ever seen on Drag Race. Like,
This might be the best LeMay look I've ever seen. Like, honestly.
you know, you're probably right, honestly. She just did and we said it in the recap, but the amount of work she had put into this in 7 hours and change is something to be studied, honestly. Like,
It is not human.
no, I
It's
don't know
impossible.
if she is. I'm questioning whether she is human. Regardless, my favorite part of this is the knee skirt, as G Flip coined. I love that phrase, and I will continue to use it on this pod. But the sleeve is gorgeous. The corset is so well made, and she made it there. The only actual negative I have is I wish the hair was a different color. That's the only negative I have. But otherwise, she looks incredible.
And guess what? I think the hair color is perfect for this. And here's why.
I just wish it was gold. That's what I would have personally wanted.
So, and I was overhearing the Isis recap earlier, and she said that she didn't like the blue metallic. Here's my thing. If it was just the gold and silver with the red, it wouldn't work. But I think all 4 colors together actually makes like a very original, striking combination that like whenever I can only think of Mandy Moobs in this look now when I think of gold, silver, blue, and orange. Sorry about it. Just the 2 different types of opposite attract, gold and silver, orange and blue. The knee skirt, great. I don't think that her little ass cutout looked even from the angle I saw. So I guess that would be like my one tiny critic. We'll look at her ass more often.
I would like to.
I was gonna say I didn't notice that, but for me, I just didn't feel like the ass cutout was necessary or added
Agreed.
to it in any way. But I also don't feel like it detracted from it. So
I'm indifferent on it.
Yeah. If I was constructing this, which I could never, maybe one day, but I wouldn't have chosen to do that. But that's just a style choice.
But maybe
but
the
this-
fans would want to see you in it, River.
I would want to see you in it, River.
I would like to see it as well. Maybe one day.
I would like to see it.
I do think this might be the most impressive technical feat on Drag Race so far. I would love for like an actual sewer or seamstress to put their 2 cents in, but maybe
Isis
Utica's
did
sleeping
on
bag.
The recap.
Is that what Isis said? That this is the best
Yeah.
technical? Yeah, no,
She
because
didn't say the best. She didn't say the best, but she highlighted all of the aspects of it. And I was like, yeah, no, it's the technical feat she pulled off in this is incredible.
Making that corset, like, shut up.
And that's why, like, as cool and as striking as Nikita's was, like, you just can't get over everything about this. I genuinely think that all of these looks from this episode, outside of maybe Brenda's for me, could win a design challenge on any other season with any other cast. It really was just good drag, and no one took a shortcut. No one took a shortcut. That's crazy. That's literally wild.
Yeah. You said this might be the best constructed thing on Drag Race. I feel like I agree. I feel like the one outfit that could compete with this is Utica's bag ball.
That's the only one I can think of. Yeah.
I will add to that and say maybe the trifecta is Utica in the sleeping bag, Mandy in this look, and Plastique on All Stars 9. With
the painting one?
The painted
with the
one.
Yeah. With the cherry blossoms?
It will come up. Oh, I was thinking the cherry the cherry blossom with the rhinestone. Yeah,
with the painted on body.
That will be popping up on my end of year top looks of the year list. I will tell you that right now. And this one probably will too.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, I might have to add this one in. I already had my list, but this one might mess it up a little bit.
Scores.
Just because of the fabric. 99.
How dare you? She gets a full, and she deserves the full.
And I'll complete the trifecta with 98.
Fair.
There we go.
Fair and valid. But that is that on that for that, and also that. That's how I love to end the Look Over Here episodes, because I'm like, that is that.
That's that. What that is that.
Precisely.
Mothers.
Mother. And when Mandy Moobs.
Oh my God.
And with that being said, thank you for joining us for this Look Over Here episode. Make sure to go check out our episode recap with the reigning queen, Isis Avis Loren. Make sure to check out all of our links down below. Subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Check out the description where you can find all of the audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, all of our individual social medias, and where you can get your merch, including We're Not Limited to Cup mug. Sugar, you made it through a podcast with us, and I hope that means that you don't hate us all and we'll never come back.
I'll never tell.
Okay, we'll see.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
No, thank y'all so much for having me. This was so much fun. I watch as much of the drag races as I can. I'm excited for UK to end. I'm excited for Canada to get started. You know, and I think I'll be here for Dracula Tuesday. I got feelings about this season. I got feelings. Feelings, opinions, thoughts.
Gorge. With that being said, cheers.
Cheers.